What up, man and nerds? Welcome back. We're chasing after Morley. So, Call of Duty. So, first time I ever played Call of Duty was on the 360, Call of Duty 2, World War II. And the campaign was whatever. The first thing I noticed about the campaign, first thing that really stuck out is, like a new tone of a kind of game was because in Doom you kill everything. You don't have to, you can. And but aside from Nightmare, you're in this self-contained, area, and you kill everything and then you move on. And everything that's in there is the stuff that's in there with you, Like it's just there's all the imps and the zombie men that died and invaded that area, and that's that area. And so then in Call of Duty, I think it's like I think it starts off with Russia, and but I always feel, I don't know, I always have this memory of like the first level was Africa, and you're a Brit, and you got that big machine gun with the funny um, magazine, sort of like a mohawk up top. And so anyway, when you get to, it's all about checkpoints. So you get to like you're at a road, you're at an alley, and you're just shooting dudes. And then I think I was just sort of sitting there, I'm shooting dudes, and then the dudes just kept on coming, and it was like, oh, you move forward a little, and then you stop the infinite flow of dudes at that point. And it was this incredibly weird feeling of a game, of a world, of the thing that I was looking at, that I was like existing with. Um, and it was more, Call of Duty was about the experience more and less so about what you were actually kind of literally doing there. Like again with Doom, you go into a place, there's three keys and 100 enemies, and that's just what that place is. And do we not have vessels? No. And so in let me go, bird. In Call of Duty, um, you're it's a war, it's a battle, it's this intense, like adrenaline flow of this onslaught of enemies, of opposition, and instead of actually doing that, like you're not facing like hundreds of troops or enemies or something. You just have these never-ending spawn points. Yeah, that just kind of just keep the action in this constant state of chaos and yeah, like unending like noise and bullets and everything. And again, it's like it's not really happening. It's this corridor, it's this tunnel, and then you complete that, and then you move forward, and then you get to the next one. And so anyway, that was just the main thing that really stuck out about Call of Duty, that made it very different. um
We did it.
and I don't really, I mean, I probably beat the campaign. I don't remember. I don't remember the campaign because I played the multiplayer. And
I was saved by a traveling merchant.
before that,
We ran away.
no, I don't think there was a before that. I think Call of Duty 2 was the first time I ever did anything online versus anyone else. And if you've noticed, I've got a small little archive of Warzone, material, and I'm not awesome. I'm okay. I have my moments. I'm pretty wicked with an RPG, but as far as the other things, a lot of other things go, and especially sniping, I don't snipe in Warzone because I'm retired, and because in Call of Duty 2 I was magnificent at sniping, and I don't know why. I'm not like a G at games in general. Like I can't run through like Doom on Nightmare or anything like that. And when it comes to a lot of 1v1s, you know, like I don't care about the meta. I don't play first person. I don't play competitively like that. Excuses anymore. It's really I don't know, care about those moments. I'm there to, you know, shoot the ridiculous guns. It's such a cool thing about Warzone that they gave you the most craziest, some really goofy weapons. Anyway, we'll get into Warzone, but anyway, to just yeah. Context. I don't know. For some reason, I was amazing at sniping in Call of Duty 2. It was that and Sheik in Smash Brothers Melee were two of like weirdly like kind of out of nowhere two of the most like wicked I've ever performed against anyone, other people in any game. Because then there's like Uncharted 4, and I was like, I was okay, and a lot of other multiplayer, like I'm just okay, and so being as good as I was in Call of Duty 2 was really weird, you know, and like we're talking like the no scopes, like the moment somebody entered the screen, they were dead. They were already dead by the time the scope would fully come up, and so anyway, and so I don't know. It's just I don't snipe in Warzone. I don't the whole like kind of just like strenuous concentration of always like the zoomed in. It's you know, you have like your. It's why I kind of mainly even I like the Grakova so much. Because when you pull it up, and like in Uncharted 4, I really got good with the 45. Like, just, Morley has the, this. Like going down the sights, like ADSing, the whole like you know, zoom in. I like to keep that as minimal as possible. Like I hate scopes. I just go for reflex sights or nothing. And yeah, and like in Uncharted 4, I got weirdly good with the 45. Because you know, you pull it up and your screen doesn't change at all. You're still just got the same view as you've been moving with the whole time. And it's this very smooth, kind of just easier idea of aiming. I don't know, the whole zoom in thing just kind of weirdly throws me off sometimes. And even with I've in Warzone, I've done my best with the Kar 98, the no scope, just the iron sights off the ground Kar 98. I've gotten weirdly good lucky shots with that. And so the whole, you know, like 8x, like you know, tracking somebody, it just. I run the laser rifle, the Bal 27 in Warzone, because I don't want to think about my gun. Like, bullets are boring, assault rifles are boring. I really like SMGs and LMGs because they're just like kind of different. But Warzone treats LMGs like trash. I'm getting way too deep into Warzone. So back to Call of Duty 2. That was my first introduction to Call of Duty 2. I didn't play another Call of Duty for quite a while, a very long while. I played a little. I never owned one, and so like I played a little first Modern Warfare, little of the campaign. You know, man, what, you know, the Night Vision C-130, right? That's a crazy level. you know, played a little multiplayer. Never gave a shit. It was easy to not give a shit about Call of Duty. Call of Duty, and then Call of Duty very quickly became. It's sort of like in you know in an extreme now, but like very quickly Call of Duty was like silly, was goof troop. You know, like we all kind of missed Medal of Honor. I don't know if there what other you know I think probably you know like Arma and shit got like huge like easily. Call of Duty is I can't you know it's been I don't know Call of Duty was never really taken seriously. And so yeah again it was easy to ignore but it was always fun. That was the thing you know. Um, that's kind of a dark thing about it that it's fun. Um, and so I think, and then I played a little uh, Black Ops 2 or 3 multiplayer, just the multiplayer, and that was pretty cool. I liked the exosuit, the jets, the double jump. I like the movement. The movement was really cool. Just added to it. And even then, when that was the first time since 2 that I did the multiplayer, and I was already done with sniping. I was like after 2, immediately after 2, I was just like it was so. I want to say like again back in we like it was me and these 2 other friends and my other this one friend was really weirdly good with the shotgun and everything, but so like we would just trade off and rotate. And just you know hopping into death matches like i I would be at the top of the board in a very you know stupid disproportion from everyone else around me, and again I'm not because I don't I this quote unquote like Mortal Kombat, I Street Fighter, I have nothing. I can't. I've played those and I like I just sort of just you know meld into the game as I just play it, and there are some games that works with, and others that when it doesn't, I don't fight it and I don't care. So like you know, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, I could never get like you know within the veins of those. But like Smash Brothers, whoa, and then not even Call of Duty, but just Call of Duty 2, and so after that, I was like, man, I'm done with sniping, and so yeah, and then so did a little Black Ops 3, and then nothing, and then that was a lot of years ago, and it's been absolutely nothing since then, and it's been great, and you know, and Call of Duty's come and gone. Oh, and then they started fucking releasing Modern Warfare again, which they started doing with a lot of shit in games, like everywhere, you know, like yeah, like Hitman, Halloween, like how many Friday 13th, like Modern Warfare, which one? You know, I mean, it's just like put some subtitles in there or something. Like, you know, Doom 2016. Just call it Quake 5, which is what it fucking is. And so then, you know, in Call of Duty just kept on rolling along, and it's just like whatever. So I didn't even know. So then July of this year, season 4 of Battle it's like, what Black Ops 6 season 4 of Warzone. I didn't even know Warzone existed. You know, when PUBG first came out, it's like that looks cool, but I was like, I'm not gonna. There's no way I'm gonna PUBG, and so then I didn't know what you know anything was up to. So then get some new people come into work and they're like, hey, you want a Warzone? Want to, you know, it's like, well, and hell, and love trying the free, and so yeah, then I hopped in July. I say like season 4, and yeah, I was immediately hooked again, and that's the thing about Call of Duty, where it's just like it's always there. I'm always ready for it. There's so much of it and it's all, and I'd rather, in the end, I'd rather be doing this, not this in particular, but you know, just a more, you know, enriching gaming experience. Because, like I say, a Call of Duty is fun, but I mean, it's like in everything, in all the ways that, you know, it's always ripped on, like in the fast food kind of way. And you know, like even this, I don't like this game, lol. And in this still feels, you know, this is like a sandwich that I made myself. Like I pulled all the shit out of the fridge and I put it together, and it's a pretty shitty sandwich, but I made it, and it you know, saved money and all the other shit, and so Call of Duty.
Everyone, these are
And so I started
Americans.
playing again, and yeah,
I've heard many
it was, I played every night. It's addictive. It's and I only I again I only play casuals. I don't like Rebirth Island. I don't like Resurgence. Even with the friends who dragged me back into it, they really, they, you know, they like Resurgence, but only casuals. And even then, it's just like, it's too much. It's just this chaos. It's everyone running around. It's it's exactly like what the multiplayer way. So like I if someone's there and they wanna, sure, let's go for it. But like on my own, like I would never do that. And rewind a little to Uncharted 4. Uncharted 4 was kind of like, that was the first multiplayer that I really got into, and I did it for like you know, a year or so, and I loved my build. I wouldn't bring a long gun, so I saved that loadout point,
We'll probably be seeing those
and
systems
I only brought the
They are such
45,
high quality
and
parts.
then
So
and then I could also bring. I brought every support skill. And I brought like the med kit, the spotting, all the spotting. Everyone knew where everyone was the whole time. I had uh I had every single marking perk that you could put on. Like I saw you, you're marked. I shot you, you're marked. You shoot me, you're marked. You down me, you're marked. I could mark people around me while I was down. Uh, if I marked one person, any of their teammates around them got marked, like behind walls. Yeah, and then you could just see them outlined the whole time, and so it was ridiculous. And oh yeah, wait, what's the other one he gets? He gets the two swords and then another sword. Let's keep. I don't know. Like I said, we're not gonna totally pay attention to the numbers, but let's just keep going with the manager there. And actually, it doesn't really fucking matter. Just buy everything. What are we talking about? It's cheap. You make a butt ton of money. You have to get everything. And and then it's cool because then you can in the gear appearance, yeah, you can you can make your sword look like all, you know, all the other swords that you have. So you get a pretty long list. You get some pretty cool looking blades. Which one do we like more actually? The I like that no hilt. Um, yeah, that Russell Crowe Gladius. And we don't need candy. We'll visit. I always feel bad for the candy. We always ignore. Oh, we need to start making some money. And so yeah, I got really into Uncharted. Um, and then that was a game that really, you know, there's this difference between just playing a game and then like sweating during a fucking game, and like that, just, you're locked into a new kind of different,
the
you
snowfall
know,
is already starting to
emotional
melt. What a
state
relief.
of focus, of adrenaline, of expectation, and it was good for a while. Right off the bat in Uncharted 4, I was very bad with the assault rifles, so I just dropped that shit. And then I just ran the shotgun, which is a very silly weapon to run. The shotgun and the pistole. And so then I threw away everything in that game. I threw all the care. That was the best way to go in. I did not give a shit. And I ran straight at the enemies. And let me tell you, I don't know what this says about like determinism or something. Okay, there were games that I played thousands of these, by the way, and so there were games I threw myself at the enemy as quickly as possible, just to throw the game. All sorts of various reasons, just to throw that game. Because and all strictly based around the assessment of my teammates, and if I'm with a bunch of idiots who this game shouldn't even exist, like you could always tell how a game in Uncharted 4 was going to go within the opening engagement. All maps had these main hallways, and both teams 5-on-5. You knew exactly what was going to happen. You would meet at this junction, and now this was not 100. Oh, there he is, little cactus. This was not the end all be all factor, but if from that first blitz at each other, if the score is 5-0, you might kind of know where this is gonna go. But I've seen a million matches go from 5-0 to 5-5 to 10-5 to 10-10 to 15-10 to 20-10 to 25-10. Like you just then to 30-25. Like you don't know. But there are some where you got the people who like they just don't even understand like the fundamental basics of the movement, of the parkour, of the grappling, of the taking cover in Uncharted 4, and popping out like you're playing like this is real life or something. Like this is how you dodge bullets. Like that's the waste of time. That gets you killed. That is when like this match shouldn't even exist. Like this is a waste of everyone's time. And like I'm just gonna like speed up the steamroll, the whirlpool that happens at the end of every match. You got one team of 5 in this constant run, making a never-ending loop around the map, and just rolling over and destroying everything and anyone that gets in their way. And so I'm just going to speed this up. So I would throw myself at the other team as fast as possible, right? The other team was even so much worse that we would still win the game. I couldn't feed the other team. So imagine being on that team. Imagine those people are your teammates. I couldn't feed the other team points fast enough to keep them from losing to my terrible team. So like what are we doing here? What is the point of any of this? Like a game, what an online game is. Online game, it's not a game. Like this is a game. Like an online thing is like it's like a sport, and it's like sports games aren't games aren't really games. Like they're competitions with rules. They're very like it's like building a bench, or like making a song. Like you're following theory and rules, and you're creating like a thing, not just some mess of dog shit. Like the theory and rules like created this mess of dog shit. Now I'm just rolling around with it and just like spreading it on my face, and I'm not using my vessel enough. And when you play a sport, when you play Call of Duty, when you play Rocket League, like you're doing a really specific set order of things. And you throw in emotions in a really weird primal, like animalistic way of winning, losing, shame, regret. Like it's a weird thing that you're doing, and athletes. I mean, athletes have there's endless amount of philosophy, psychology. Behind what it is to be a competitor, what winning and losing is. Like these aren't simple terms. Like we don't engage in these things in simple ways, obviously, because they're constantly refined and tuned and adjusted, and they're billion-trillion-dollar enterprises, and people cheat and murder because of this stuff, and so yeah, I'd rather just play a game. I'd rather just fucking not worry about anything. So when you're playing Call of Duty, it's it's Uncharted 4. You like again, like, what are we doing here? This is when you're doing the thing, like it's like the frame that of what makes it so exciting. It's the definition of the excitement of the competition, the rivalry, like. It's all the things that like make a football game exciting to watch, that make winning a battle royale, like give you such like a high, right? And then like, why losing this shit like feels so fucking awful, because like you're obeying and abiding by these rules and constants. And so it's like when you have people doing these things, and when you're doing them, it can be very fun. It can be so rewarding and exhilarating. I gotta stop stepping in these pools of snowmen. Yeah, snowman trap. And so it's like when you have professionals doing this, like at the peak of respect for the activity, that they're bringing to life, that they're embodying. Oh my Jesus. Is someone dead? Why is Val dead? Hina, you got anything for that? Is this like a mini boss or something? Oh yeah, I think this is like a part. And so when you have everyone there actually doing the thing, right? It's amazing. But then how often does that happen? So really, how often are people lying to themselves in League of Legends, where it's just like, how these battles go, and everyone's always so angry at each other and everything, and it's just like, yeah, you might know what you're doing, but then you get all these people thrown in there that like they have no idea. They shouldn't even, they should not be there. They literally should not be there, because they are disgracing just the idea of what the thing is even capable of doing in the heights that it's it can achieve, and yeah, they're destroying it, and they're wasting your time, and who cares about their time? They're fucking pointless. And but so it's this and many more things that people just see. don't take into account, and like, I don't know, because it's like, why I keep coming back to Call of Duty, because you're just so addicted to the thing, the sounds and the shooting, and then yeah, and then the for a lot of people, the whole winning, losing, or crapping on people. Then you got those people, and so I played a lot of Uncharted 4, and when I first started playing it, it was kind of popular, so it was guaranteed. 2/3 of the time was you're on one side or the other. You're either steamrolling or you're getting steamrolled, guaranteed. And so, out of just hours and hours of playing, it's you're fishing for that good game, for that right game. And you don't realize you're doing it, and eventually I realized it, and then it was and then immediately I stopped playing it, because I can't. You're pulling a lotto, a slot machine. You're pulling the arm, and you're just hoping that the cherries are coming up of like teammates that know what they're doing. And then so what are you always hoping for? You want teammates to know what they're doing. But then you also you want an enemy team that knows what they're doing, because what are you doing there? You're just knocking toddlers over, like you're just stepping on no one. And so it's all these factors. You're gambling, like with your time, and then all the dumbasses who just talk about skill or how awesome their wins are or stuff like that. You like, yeah, what they're doing is impressive, but you gotta look at who they're doing it to. And yeah, you're gambling, and you're fishing for this satisfaction. And it got so gross, and I couldn't do it anymore. So I stopped playing Uncharted 4, and there was like no more multiplayer for a while. Yada yada yada. Come up to now, Warzone, and I was deep in Warzone for like July to October. Thank God, Battlefield 6 comes along, finally breaks. It was a bunch of little weird kind of stuff coming together of the end around. It was like the season 5 or whatever of Warzone. They started doing they opened up the stadium. And then they started doing this dumbass thing of like splitting the gas up. So like the circle would always end in stadium, but there would still be the other circle that the game started with, and it would still be going with that one. So then you would wind up with like 2 circles, and then this no man's land of gas that, couldn't be crossed. And then so you just separated everyone who was kind of like sticking back and playing the game. And then everyone who's like rattly fucking camping the stadium, so like no one was doing anything. Everyone was just waiting for each other to converge. It was awful. It was so dumb. And then so I stopped, and then I had my first like rage quit. I had my first I'm done with this forever, and I deleted the game and everything. And it was just during this moment of like dropping back after the gulag, which is, you're always in the best state of mind there, and then I 1v1 with someone, and they had the fucking Kylo, and I had just dropped into a little shack, and I had picked up like the PMU or something, no, the PU, or the crappy LMG. And like I got some good shots on them, but then they like wasted me, and then I watched the kill cam, and they got like no headshots. Like they missed their first couple ones, swiped me like across like the mid abdomen, and then missed some more shots, and then came back and hit me in the arm, and then I was down, and I was like, that's what downed me, and I quit. And then Battlefield 6 beta, and I didn't find that all that pleasing, and so I think maybe I played some other stuff, but I knew I was coming back, and so very quickly because it itches at you because it gets in, you know, you're thinking about it, and like I said, I never did the real royale. I would just do the casual. So casual, it's just really cool that they give you you get to just like fuck around with the bots. You actually have other, I mean, not I, you know, I've taken out a lot of people. I mean, you know, not as many as I've been taken out by, but like the bots, the bots give you, it's cool that a video game is happening at the same time as this online competition thing. And I don't mind the online competition thing because another little back to Uncharted 4, I did eventually start playing. I tried it again recently. And when, like, years after, you know, like, that's a PS4 game. So now going into Uncharted 4 now, the only people playing it are really the ones who should be there. Like, the matches were fair and even in a frequency that when I first started playing, like, would never existed. Like, there was actually, all the matches were within at least, the score was within at least like 10, which was, that was impossible to have that happen, like, more than twice, like, back in the day. With the scores were usually, it was a difference of 30. And so, it was fun again. And so, like, you know, being there with people who know what they're doing, I don't mind composition like that. And I like the more like slower, somewhat slower. Well, I mean, of Uncharted compared to fucking Call of Duty. Well, compared to Call of Duty's multiplayer, which again I don't like. I don't like the multiplayer because it's just this acid trip trash fest, just like blah, 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 blah. And so I like the Royale, I like the slow burn, I like the 20, like the 25, these like episodes of all these like dramas and traveling and everything. And like back in July, when like right after I first started playing Warzone, I wish that you could continue your journey together, but you're not, because you're going off. So I mean, she is, I don't know, it's not this like total regret. It's not this fear. It's not this worry. It's like this. That's barely even melancholy. It's just sort of like a slumber party, like coming to an end. It's like, oh, this has been so much fun. I wish we could just hang out forever, guys. And and so I started playing PUBG, and and yeah, it was. I really liked PUBG like immediately. Oh, good. You can. That's very nice. You don't need a dismount to open boxes. And so look at that star all the way up there. Look at this. Look at this place. So all the jelly, all the honey. What is this syrup? All the syrup, all the boxes, all the. Oh boy, every zone is just its somewhat repetitive checklist, you know, of just scavenging. And I really liked PUBG. I really liked how slow it was. When you would get fired upon, I would like just jump every time. It was exhilarating. It was like frightening. Like, yeah, PUBG was one of like the scariest games I ever played. Like, just shot, like, so peaceful, so beautiful, so dead quiet, and then these shots just scream from nowhere, and your cars just getting pelted, and it was awesome. And the pacing of Call of Duty has kind of ruined me from that now. I don't think I'll ever play PUBG again. And so, you know, around Battlefield 6, and then around Halloween, and then suddenly Warzone started getting a lot better. Like, no, there was one thing about Warzone that always stood out, where the bots were fucking terrible. Like, after Perfect Dark, and after seeing what a perfect bot could do, there were difficulties for when, you know, you could put in bots in your own multiplayer, and it went from you know, novice to perfect. Perfect was like 10 or something. What a Perfect could do in a Nintendo 64 game. The bots in Warzone were doing nothing. I mean, they were doing absolutely. They were doing an aggravating amount of nothing. Of like, of all the things that people talk about and poop their pants about and put all their energy in, like, they don't even know to be able to bring up, to talk about the bots. And like, why are the bots so patronizing? Why are they so pandering? Why are they so like embarrassing? Like, they don't present a challenge at all. They don't sharpen you, and they don't keep you awake. The bots are always lulling you into you know, false senses, and then by the time you came up to a real play, you're always like, oh, it's a bot. You can just oh, well, the grenade goes off behind you, like, boom. Oh, well, there's the bot's welcoming card. Turn around, there's a bot just blitzing up to you, taking like little bursts, like bam, bam, bam. Crouch, step to the side. Stand up, bam, bam, bam. Crouch, step to the side, and then you just stand there and you just shoot the bot. And so you just do that the whole game. So the time you come up to a real person, you're just standing there doing nothing, and then this person just fucking throws a pie in your face and you're done. And so, like, Halloween comes, and all of a sudden the bots are they're getting a little less indistinguishable. They're even just like the movement, the aim, but also like they're grabbing contracts. Like, they're doing things that, like, well, they're doing things that, like, they're opening boxes, or there's probably always could, but like, amongst all the things that they can do that other people can do, like, the lines finally started to blur a little. Where, like, you could actually, like, we were sort of questioning, we were asking each other sometimes, like, was that a bot? Like, they were getting interesting. You know, wouldn't say good, but they were getting interesting. Like, there was a step in a direction of like, whoa, okay, like, Actiblizzard like heard me, and they started doing, you know, here we go. And then Chucky came in, and Chucky and Tiffany, and they're wonderful. So you know, I really started liking Call of Duty, and it was every night after work. It was like a lot of too many hours on the weekend, and it wasn't like it took a couple months before, you know, well, it was like October. No, really. Then it was like, no, it was November. It was just back then, where like early November, I started feeling it. Where like man, like I miss video games. Like, I haven't played a video game in forever. Like, all I do is Call of Duty. And like, I missed menus. I know I got the some of this, I got the sound effects kind of turned on, but if you can hear the little bloop 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 of the menu, like, you know, there's like that like floating hand thing, like Final Fantasy VII, like Final Fantasy VI, just all the little, you know, bloops and bleeps of the menus. Like, I miss like interacting with items. I missed like, yeah, it's cool. You know, the builds in Warzone are really an enticing part of it. But like, I miss just shit like this. I miss this silly, dumb purple mustache guy and a dragon floating by the dock, and now we're gonna go find this guy a key for some reason, and opening chests, and just like, I just miss video game things. And again, there was that initial frustration of when I kind of, you know, did my first quit of Call of Duty, and, you know, totally based around, yeah, like, wanting, kind of getting sick of always getting smeared by like the person in front of me. But then I remembered Uncharted 4, and you gotta just drop that shit.
That's Passar, one of Illistana's most notoriously ambitious magistrates. Rumor has it he has his sights set on the throne. In any case, he'd have no trouble pinning a petty crime on an innocent bystander.
And so I came back, and when I came back to Call of Duty is when I started. It's when I started paying attention to Call of Duty. See, like how you play games, I just jump in and that's it, and then I just feel my way through. And you are beautiful. That's her name, by the way. Well, that's her title. Oh, she can't find her hairpin for that beautiful hair of hers. Let's go find it. Can you pet? Okay, Trials. In Trials, you could interact with the animals. So, yeah, just saying. These poor bastards. And so, I started paying attention to Call of Duty. And I started looking into the numbers. And, oh man, does that tell you everything. And, you know, when you go to the weapons, you hit like R2 or something like that, and then it brings up this damage menu, and it's quite detailed, and it's damage ranges, and then it's damage. It's something that I knew. Obviously, I knew that there was like, obviously there's headshots and there's body shots. I honestly, it took me a couple months to even know. There's arms, there's legs, there's the upper torso, there's the lower torso, like, there's lower legs, there's... Shooting someone in Call of Duty does not mean what you ever think it means. There's inside of 10 meters, there's inside of 25 meters, there's beyond 55 meters, like, there's... different ammo types, there's ping, there's connection, there's internet providers, there's cheating, there's different control types, there's so much. When I started playing PUBG is like really just like Karina got arrested because of all her back sass. We believe you, Karina. Oh, Val. In PUBG, shooting someone just honestly feels like shooting someone. Like, there's headshots, there's armor, but it very kind of realistically and reasonably, and really is why I love PUBG so much, because it's like, I'm a little better at third-person games in general, and again, with the whole aiming thing, like, why Uncharted 3's multiplayer was dog shit. You need to hold your aim on someone for way too fucking long. And Call of Duty has this thing it's about sustained tracking. So again, you're not exactly shooting someone in Call of Duty. You're following someone. You're tracing someone. You're leading someone. In PUBG, shooting someone is just like you have a gun and there's someone, you fire it and then they go down. It has this very kind of normal, natural feeling of what that probably, what I hope to never confirm, feels like. Do you mind if I check inside? And Call of like the multiplayer Call of Duty, yeah, I'm sure that it's probably a little more close to that. Warzone's a whole different kind of experience, and that's not exactly what's going on in Warzone. Like, why give it back when you can have a little fun? And it's so it's this thing, and it's sort of like, okay, so don't worry, I've been keeping. So yeah, I've been wanting to talk about Call of Duty. Call of Duty has a headshot problem. Headshots mean kind of everything in Call of Duty. They often mean a little too much. The most common thing that you'll hear from your teammates or other people that you down is, no fucking way. No fucking way. You'll hear that a million times. I mean, it's just this, you know, kind of this disbelief, but also this kind of just like this, like, you know, oh fuck that, fuck you kind of thing that you just throw out there in anger and disappointment and disgrace and shame and discouragement. And but then you hear some other more refined versions of it, some more articulate ways to put it. Like this one dude who I'm playing with, and he gets downed, and then he says, "Okay, what's this guy doing? Because here's the beauty. She's moved, right? And then this guy is." Here's the boat, and it's really just talking about a boat. This kid's talking. So this beauty, she's looking. Do you know this? Wait, is this her? Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, are they wearing? Are they quite? Are they sisters? Are they? What do they call you? Are you not? You guys look like twins. It's like Linda Hamilton. It's like, how weird is that? Where it's just like your sister is famous, but like, I mean, obviously your sister, like. I mean, sure, it's a whole bunch of things like an emotional range and everything. Did her sister ever even try out for acting? I mean, I don't know. Did she do anything beyond her that moment in Terminator 2? Which, yeah, did you know she's in that? But and so anyway, call the fucking duty. We have your key, you butthole. This kid, right? He shoots someone. He gets downed, and then he says. But I was Oh no! He said, yeah. How do you put it? He was like, I was shooting him. Yeah. Like this. He like that's this more of this solemn kind of like there's more to that thought of like. There's kind of like almost evidence that you want to bring to court of like, well, I mean, I was shooting him, and that's where it's a lot of it. And there's so many. There's a million. You play Call of Duty, you know, you watch like Call of Duty doesn't feel right, and that feeling has gone away now because it literally isn't right. Like it really, there are things happening in it that do they are defying logic, like things with connection, like Peeker's advantage, like when I so many moments. There was one I'm hiding. I'm not hiding, but I dive into this like behind a bar or something like that. You know, there's just this wooden box structure, and I'm going down, like I'm going prone. So I'm starting up, and then I go into a crouch, and then I go prone. When I go prone is when I start getting shot, and then I die like immediately. Then I watch the kill cam. He's shooting me while I'm crouched. So I mean, like, and then so again, like, how many times you get behind a wall, and then you start getting hit by bullets, ha 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 ha. Then you start getting hit by bullets, and then you go down. It's because you made it behind that wall, but to that person with their internet connection, you're still outside of the wall. So when they shoot you, and again, this is all really obvious stuff. And so it's fine, and once I learned it, it made me hate the game less, because then like I could understand and know that like these moments where it's just like, yeah, you know, there's some really more obvious ones of like you're out there and you're exchanging shots and like you made the right decisions and you got that person or something. But you know, a lot of it is just like. There have been many moments where I've downed people where it's just like, okay, really? Like, they gave me that one? Where it's just like, that's kind of... I would quit after that. I would disconnect. Do we care about anything around here? I feel like Lil Cactus is... Or wait, he was hiding... He was up there in the ice thing. Did he need to get unfrozen? I know there's this one spot where he is. So if he's there, then he is around for now. So, and I think we're broke. So, and so I'm gonna get this chest. Okay, actually, I'm not 100 sure where he is. So, wait, no, he's back here behind. He's like, there we go. Oh, 5-minute warning. Good. So we'll get on the boat. And so you like Call of Duty does feel weird because it is weird. Like you don't know what's going on in it, and it is deciding things on its own to keep the game going, to keep the adrenaline rushing illusion, and it's fine to a point of when it starts draining you and it starts affecting you, and then again, and for these people who were getting all fucking angry at the match for what's going on and like questioning it, it's like they've been playing it fucking longer than I have. But okay, so turn tape over.